YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. Guys, I'm about to go ahead and give you a post-fight analysis. I just got through watching Deontay Wilder versus Johann Duhaupas. I hope I'm pronouncing the guy's name right. Hey man, that was a good fight. That fight, I tell you what, I ain't fall asleep. Okay, I didn't fall asleep in that fight. That fight was exciting from the first round to the 11th round when Wilder got the TKO stoppage. Okay, um, I'm gonna tell you what Deontay Wilder did good, and I'm gonna tell you what he didn't do so well. Okay, but there's more good than bad. Deontay Wilder jab, that thing was a thing of beauty. I mean, man, he was catching that guy with that jab, popping him with that left jab. That thing was like a piston going off. Okay, he used that jab to set up, some big right hand, man. He used that left jab to set up a lot of big right hands that was catching this guy. But here's what I like. Deontay Wilder really was backing up. He was backing up, and the backing up and hitting him with the jab for a while. It was catching him, and it was doing damage, but it wasn't enough to keep this guy off of him, because this guy Johann, he kept coming forward, man. This guy wasn't playing. He kept coming forward. So Deontay changed up the game plan. I'll say about in the sixth round. It's just the guy was getting through Deontay's defenses. He was catching Deontay with a couple of shots. Deontay manned up on this guy. He put his head in this guy's chest. Okay, he put his head in this guy's chest and began to throw a brutal 5, 6 punch combination, man. And he threw an uppercut that changed the whole face of the fight. Never really seen Deontay Wilder throw uppercuts. Never really seen him. But he added that to his arsenal this fight. And I can tell you guys what, man. That Johann Duhaupas didn't have an answer for that uppercut. He had no answer for it. He tried to make it an inside fight, and I didn't really think Deontay Wilder had much of an inside game, but boy, Deontay Wilder proved me wrong. Because when he got in on the inside, Deontay Wilder became possessed. It's almost like, man, Johann caught him with that right punch that made his eye swell up. Deontay Wilder started jiggling his body and started wiggling and doing the pelican dance or whatever the hell that was. He started doing that, and then he commenced to throwing like a 6, 7 punch combination. That thing was brutal. And I mean, I thought the guy was going out in the sixth. I thought he was out of there. But no, that guy did not go anywhere. Okay, he ain't go nowhere. He stayed there the whole time. But I like how Deontay Wilder adapted. He adapted, and he made it an inside fight. In some of the rounds, he made it a complete inside fight. He manned up with the guy. Because I thought like Deontay really was afraid of the guy's power. But I think Deontay was just trying to box real smart. And for the most part, I think his boxing is good. His footwork was okay. He moved around the ring well. He was avoiding, a lot of big shots. He made the guy miss enough because the guy only hit him 98 times. So he made him miss. And I really liked the way he kept himself composed. When he got hit with a big shot, I think Johann landed a big shot like in the second round, third round. He kept himself composed the whole time. He didn't really start getting, crazy and frustrated and nervous. Deontay Wilder kept his composure like a true champion. Okay, kept his composure. I even liked the way that Deontay Wilder was. I liked the way that Deontay Wilder was sidestepping him. Like he'll get in the inside, throw a combination, sidestep him, and then throw another combination. I mean, man, I ain't never seen him do that. So Deontay Wilder been learning some tricks of the trade in the gym. Definitely been learning some tricks of the trade. I mean, man, the guy fought a really, really good fight. I even liked the way Deontay Wilder, man. It kind of got comical in the end, man, because he started doing this little pelican dance, I call it. And every time he did that pelican dance, a brutal combination came after that. It was a good fight, and Deontay Wilder finally stopped him in the 11th round. Okay, here's what I didn't like. I hated the fact that Deontay Wilder I didn't think he counterpunched enough. I didn't think he could have. I thought he could have countered because Duhan was wide open for a counterpunch, man. He was wide open for a whole lot of them. I felt like if you're gonna box, if you're gonna be a boxer, then you got to be ready to counterpunch. And I don't think he threw enough counters. I think Wilder just said, "Forget it. I'm just gonna throw punches and go for broke," and that's what he did. And counterpunch. Now, one thing that was really kind of irritating me is that he kept his hands down. Even after his eye got swollen, he still kept his hands down. That was irritating me because I'm like, dude, put your hands up so you can block. Put your hands up so we can block some of these punches, man. I kept saying, Deontay, put your hands up. Put your hand. I'm like, man, get him up, get him up. But for some reason, he didn't want to put his hands up. He kept his hands down. He kept his hands down at all time, And it wasn't, I really don't think he was getting hit. He only got hit 98 times, so I can't really imagine him, just his body was hurting, because he didn't get hit in the body too much. But he didn't put his hands up. And two, he kept circling into the guy's right hand. Okay, you got a damaged left eye, and I'm sitting here thinking, why would you circle to your left? Because you're inviting that right hand to hit that eye. And as soon as I started saying it, Sugar Ray Leonard said the exact same thing I said. I'm like, good grief, man. Like they got to work on stuff like that because if you get a David Haye, Tyson Fury, or a Klitschko, they're gonna capitalize on that. They're gonna capitalize on that eye. They're gonna capitalize, and they're going to throw a lot more punches than this guy did. Okay, and that's what I didn't like. But overall, Deontay Wilder, he fought a good fight, man, from a game opponent. And let's talk about his opponent. This guy was a virtual unknown. Um, when I researched him before this fight even went down, the part that stuck out to me is that he's never been knocked down. He's never been knocked out. So I got to thinking, I said, man, Deontay Wilder might mess up and go. I predicted that this fight would go all 12 rounds, okay? And I was almost right on my prediction, but I predicted the fight would go 12 rounds. Okay, I did. Because when I started looking at this guy's stature and I started looking at some of his past fights, and I'm like, that's a tough guy. This guy not going anywhere. And I made a video saying that I wonder what would Deontay Wilder do if he got in the ring with somebody, no matter what he do to them, they still coming forward. No matter how many flurries and combinations he hit him with, they still coming forward. They still going to be right there in his face. I made a video and I said, I wonder how Deontay would handle that pressure. My questions have been answered. They've been answered because this guy, not only was he a tough opponent, he was a heavy hitter, and he was game. Okay? This fight really and truly could have went either way. And here's why I'm going to say that. The guy chin was so tough, and he was looking for a home run. He was trying to catch Deontay Wilder. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I think if the fight would have went all 12 rounds, even though Deontay Wilder dominated this fight from start to finish, I think this guy had a chance to catch Deontay Wilder. Catch him. Okay? I think he had a chance to catch him, and he kept coming in, y'all. He kept coming in and kept coming in. And I was thinking in my head, I hope this fight don't go all 12 rounds. I hope the referee stopped the fight. That's what I kept saying. Because I really was going for Deontay Wilder. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, I said, if this guy's allowed to go to the 12th round, man, this guy he gonna man up and he gonna go for broke. These people, these fighters that don't have nothing to lose, they don't have nothing to lose. They got everything to gain, so they going for broke. And I knew that if he would have been allowed to get in that 12th round, take a rest, he was coming out the bomb squad. But I like the way bomb squad brutalized this dude, man. In the 10th round and then in the 11th round, Deontay Wilder just started dancing, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he stopped dancing, he threw a freaking combination, man. In the 10th round and the 11th round, I'm just sitting like, wow. And Johann Duhaupas is still standing on his feet, and he is still coming forward. Now, I physically saw Deontay Wilder hurt him in the 11th round. I can physically see he was hurt, but he was still game. The stoppage, yeah, I didn't disagree with it, but it could have went either way. This dude was game. This dude was game, and let me tell you something. I'm going to start following this guy. I want to know when his next fight is, man. This guy was game, and he tested Deontay Wilder. He took Deontay Wilder to really a level. And I don't even think Bermane Stiverne took him that far because really Bermane Stiverne didn't really hit Deontay Wilder a lot. He didn't. This guy actually, did damage, visible damage that you can see. He did visible damage. He took Deontay Wilder to a whole nother place. It's a game opponent, man. This dude was no joke. He was no pushover. And I'm going to just say it, I'm going to put it right now. This is his second fight that he's fought a credible opponent. Sorry. Duhaupas get a lot of credit in my book. This is a credible opponent. And when people look at Deontay Wilder's resume, they can't say that he fought a bum. This guy was no bum. And this guy was no amateur. This guy is a seasoned pro that he was fighting against. And I can tell you now, he probably would have beat a Chris Arreola, this Dupont guy. He would have beat a Chris Arreola. He would have definitely gave Bermane Stiverne a fight. Now, I would like to see Johann Duhaupas and Bermane Stiverne fight. Now, that'll be an interesting fight. Two guys with iron chins that don't move. I would love to see that fight. But, guys, you guys tell me what you think. Bomb Squad! I just want to go and thank God for everything that I got. And, anybody else want some, you gonna get your ass in this ring. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.